Hello everyone, and welcome to this live stream on Wednesday. Rollercoaster Tycoon on Wednesday. You don't see that very often. Well, you did today. Welcome. Hope you're all having at least a decent week, hopefully a good one. But if that's not possible, at least a decent one. And if not, I hope I can at least entertain you for a few hours tonight. So today we're going to continue Max's scenario, the Iceland one, which will actually feature in tomorrow's video. Fun fact, in tomorrow's video I describe Max's scenario as a beautiful landscape. And it also features at the very start, but then that's not the whole landscape. Hello Jake, what's up? How you doing? You know, I've been really productive over the last 2 days. On Monday, I recorded 2 videos. The one about how many landscapes there are and another one for Monday. And then yesterday, I almost finished editing the landscapes one, which was just like 10-minute videos. It's quite a lot of work. A lot of numbers and math and stuff, a lot of editing. And today I finished it and finished the other video, uploaded both, got them both ready. So I'm happy with the last few days. Now that this live stream today as well. And then I'm not done for today. Because that's got nothing to do with work, but at midnight the Canadian Single Distance Speed Skating Championships start, which I am very excited for. You may not be, I know most of you won't be, but I am. There are some people there who are probably gonna skate quite fast. So that's exciting, and it's being broadcasted just on YouTube. Which is very good. But let's get into the live stream. Oh, I can show you a little bit of spoilers, by the way, for the video of tomorrow. That's interesting, I think. This is all... Oh, thank you for the 6 months, Prater. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. This is all 8,281 different possible landscape formations. At least in the original RCT. I mean, in OpenRCT2 we can... Oh yeah, I simulated this. This is not actually at 0 height. But in the original RCT... RCT2, this is like -6, and it would be 32. -6 units, it would be 24 units. In OpenRCT2, the limit is a lot higher, but this is all possible land formations in the original RCT, or RCT Classic as well, which is a lot. And then if we also add water heights, then you get to like 400,000. There's like... You had a lot of different water heights. Alright, have a nice dinner, Max. By the way, did you see the Blue Origin launch today with William Shatner? No. I have no idea what Blue Origin is. Does it also include the different wall types? I was about to get to that. Because it only includes land and water. So no trees, no scenery, no rides. If we then go to... Let's see, these are all 56 different terrain combinations, not including Rollercoaster Tycoon 1 terrain, which there are 4 extra of, and quite a big number of wall types. This is only Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 stuff, and this is all 56 possibilities. And let's see, do I have any others that are interesting? Oh yeah, this is for how to properly build double paths. You know... the trick with the fence. Well, you might not know, so if you do this and you build a path like this, they won't be connected. And that is a way you can build actual functioning double path, which is Monday's video, which is uploaded and done. Oh, Blue Origin is a space company. So after 60 years of being in space on TV, Shatner finally went to space in real life. Oh, that's cool. Let's see, do I have any other interesting things? Oh yeah, these are all the land formations as, you know, easier overview to see them all. This is just another shot for the video. It is also a shot for the video, although in the video they're actually, yeah, they're watered. Also, hang on, I need to, there we go. I had that turned off. What's this supposed to be? This is just context for how many landscapes there are. This is all 19 possible ways to raise the landscape, to raise a single tile while keeping at least one corner at the original height. So here you have just a flat tile, which is of course included. Then these four, the column on the left is just one corner raised. Column on the second to the left is two corners next to each other raised, or just, you know, half of it raised. Then the middle column is one corner raised, two tiles, which still keeps one corner at the bottom. Then the column second to the right is three corners raised. Then here we have, well, the last three, which isn't, there aren't four variations of that. Which is, this is two opposite corners raised and the flat tile. Some slopes for the new video. Yeah, tomorrow's video. I'm really excited for tomorrow's video, which is partly why I'm showing this off. Also, what's up, Cody? Because I think tomorrow's video is one of my best ever. And it includes the biggest number I've ever talked about on video. Yes, bigger than the number of years for that impossible maze. And I'm just excited about it. But let's get back to this, which also features in tomorrow's video. One way to describe it as a beautiful landscape, although it's without the rides, and roughly this shot. Oh hey, lag spike. Roughly this shot as the opening shot of the video. How am I doing? I'm doing quite exceptionally well. Been really productive for the past 2 days. I finished one of my best videos ever. And yeah, I'm just doing well. It's a bit technical, but could you also go down, which would double all options in terraforming? No, not really, because what you just, you know, what you meant is, you know, if I, oh, land raising is forbidden. Well, I'll let's see, scenario options, I'll briefly disable that, just to show this. What you mean is if you do this, then you can just go down as well, which would make another option. You're right, but I already included that because this is actually just this, but a tile lower. And that's why I specify while keeping at least one corner at the original height, and yeah, actually only going up, because then you count double. So don't worry, I did count them all. It's of course possible that I've made a mistake in the math. I'm not perfect. But I do think that I have them all. Oh yeah, nice bug with the text. I do think that I have the math correct. But, you know, you never know, of course. Also, I had an idea for a video, which someone commented on a Pokemon video, which it did actually quite terribly. But someone commented on it that they would even watch me if I, you know, did something for 10 hours straight. You know, the classic comment, I would watch anything you make. That inspired me to make a video where I just drown guests for 10 minutes straight. And commenting on it like in a bit of a Bob Ross style. And then I would, you know, by fake accident, I would drop one guest not just next to the water and then... Oh, that was a mistake. Oh wait, there are no mistakes. Only happy accidents. And then I still drown the guest. Stuff like that. I haven't recorded it or anything, but that was an idea I had. Also, what's up, bro? Good to see you here. Yeah, the thing about the more detailed Pokemon is, I am not an artist, and, you know, those Pokemon I designed years ago. You can find an old Reddit post on my account if you want proof of that. Not that there's any reason not to believe me. Oh, thank you, bro, for the 100 bits. But, you see, I'm not an artist, and it already took quite a long while to design those Pokemon and to build them. Again, for the video. So I'd rather spend my time doing some analysis. Let's see. Let's give a little bit of the tour of the park before I start building. This is an Iceland scenario with the new volcano, which Max RC has made. And we need to get 5,000 guests, which is on the top left of the screen. And, well, you know, we have a wooden coaster. We have, what is this, RMC, right? Hybrid coaster, which is pretty cool, actually. We have our personal money maker called the Yippee Doodah. We have, fairly ugly, I must say, what's it called? Compact invert. You know, a bunch of small rides. A very long mini helicopters. We got Slime McAwesome the Ride, which is, of course, salmon pink. We have monster trucks. Yeah, what's it? What's that called now? You mean Yippee Doodah? We have a Giga coaster, which has a very high average speed. What is it actually? 74. It's not as high as I expected, but part of the problem is, yeah, this last bit just drags it down so much, especially the bit in the station. Can we get a Peter Vos the ride? Sure. Which coaster would you like me to build? Doesn't have to be a coaster, but you probably want a coaster. And then we have some more rides here. We have a water slide. We have our Pride or Rainbow Ferris wheels. Wooden coaster, alright. I'll build it on the other side of the volcano. Do not clash with that one. Alright, we have a lot of space. This is all my park, so I'll just build the station here. It's fairly high up. And I'll make it massive. You may also choose the colors. And the name, well, the name I can already give that. Peter Vos the Ride. Thank you for the follow. A diverse world. Let me guess, you play GeoGuessr. And you like that map a lot. Ooh, this is a drop of, let's see, 125 to 51. This is a 71.5 meter drop. Oh, thank you for the bits, Slime. This is a very tall drop. But the wooden coaster can handle that. Damn, how'd you know? Yeah, what a guess. What a lucky gamble. Are there any scenarios where guests prefer extreme rides? Not extreme, but in scenarios like extreme heights, they prefer intense rides, which is 9 and above. Wow, thank you for another 300 bits, bro. A hype train is approaching. Orange, purple and bright green. Why did I decide to make this massive? Oh, we actually have some extra oranges. We have this orange. We also have that orange. Oof. That's cursed. I actually don't hate the color combination. It's just that it doesn't really suit the wooden coaster that well. And it's too massive. Like, if this was on a junior coaster, it would actually be quite, maybe not necessarily be very cool, but it would definitely be okay. Guest 1310 needs to die, eh? Alright, eh? Let's drown it, eh? Oh, they're actually still alive. They're on Ferris wheel number 2. I'm speaking with the Canadian A. A. Because of the Canadian Championships tonight. Looks a lot more like my Knex roller coaster. Oh, that's a good one, actually. Yeah, I've seen... Knex is often this kind of color, yeah. I've seen a YouTube video which might have actually had exactly these colors. Or at least something very close to it. I see a romance blossoming. Peter's girlfriend is competition. And now we go down again. Thank you, a diverse world. Feel free to use them, although drowning guest is now off limits for a while. Until the timer's cooled off. Now this is a hell of a curved drop. Damn, I guess 1310 is still on the Ferris wheel. Thank you for the 4 bits, bro. Name a ride of your choice. Go ahead. This one is off limits. Scoliosis the ride. Hang on. Oh, Trick or Treat. Well, this one is off limits because it was named by my bro. Orange cars, there you go. But Trick or Treat for any other ride is fine. That hasn't been named yet. Oh, yeah, good idea. Drowning. I had a little drowning pool. There we go. There's the only water on the map. There we go. They're dead. Okay, do we still have enough speed to make it up here? Let's see. We do. How high up is the station? 87. I think we might need to come into the station on a chain lift, which is not too bad actually. Oh, sort of virus security from Windows. My computer's fine. I barely use it anyway. That was from my laptop. You might have heard a notification sound. Ah, you suggested that for a Halloween colored coaster. Well, that's not this one, definitely. Alright, let's do a water splash and then a chain lift. Hang on. If I do that, then that one ahead. There we go. 2 more station pieces. And our ride is finished. It's a very big one, but I don't think it will be too intense. I think it'll be just fine. Probably like 9.5 intensity or something. How exciting is Peter Vos? Very exciting. Interpret that how you like. Alrighty. Well, probably, what would it be, like 7.5 to 8 excitement? I guess. Maybe it'll have over 10 intensity. I could be very wrong and it could just be too intense. Just looking at Peter Vos makes me sick. Now that's just offensive. Let's make it play, what shall we make it play? I don't know. Supercharged merry-go-round music. How about that? No, but how about horror style? Disco. I don't think we have a disco. Techno might come close to disco. And Gangnam style. That would be fun. Oh, it's Well, Peter, you're much too extreme. I underestimated that quite a bit. It's 11.18 intensity. Oh, but this guy's riding it. Queuing for it anyway. The money doesn't matter. So I can keep this if I want. There's no reason for me to not keep this. A guest was riding it. You can't hear the music? Well, it's there. Thank you for the follow, Carney Jared. I mean, I could try to reduce it. It's partly the negative G's, like I think here. What happens if I just reduce it a bit so that more people ride? So we at least get below 11. If I just do that. Then I need to... Oh, I can. This is perfect. I can do that. And then that fits. That at least gets us rid of some vertical negative G's. And gets rid of a drop. Which is good. Thank you, Carney Jared. I love how guests have a sixth sense of coaster intensity. Yes, I actually made fun of that in a video. Well, fun, I noted it. I forgot in which video, but it's not too long ago. Why are these... Do I not have staff? I do. Can I just not find it or anything? There are 2 rides broken here. Yeah, they probably indeed aren't human. Let's see which one is on its way to it. Because you can actually see that. Okay. He is getting there. He's just far away. What about this one? Yeah, he is also getting there. They're just far away. How did you close all windows at once? Shift plus backspace. I really thought that that was very common knowledge, but apparently, because quite a few people have been asking me over the years. Apparently it's not... I thought that was something everybody knew. Like, you know, you get backspace to close one, shift plus backspace to close all of them. But apparently not. Or it's just that the people that do not know ask and they stand out. Can you make any coaster that hugs the terrain and goes over the lava field and down into the valley, keeping closer to the ground? You mean like here? We can't exactly hug the terrain because it's what's it called? Building rights, construction rights. Time for a video on useful hotkeys. I already have that at the start of my 42 tips video. Alright, let's take a look. It's not available yet. It'll probably be like 10.5 or something. Which is still high, maybe 10.8, something like that. $10.7. Well, that's a lot better. More guests will ride it now. So that's fine. Like I said, we don't need the money. We have plenty of money. We have lost about 200 guests though. Probably because I'm not advertising and the soft guest cap isn't high enough. Let's advertise Peter some. So that he can get more people riding him. We'll even let people go on Peter for free. Because normally it's $15. I mean, you wanted that name. If you would like that quote to be deleted, bro, just you know, let us know and Max will delete it. Oh, I don't have this right yet. I can make this one, and the nice thing about this is that I can make it very long and it won't be that intense. Because that is how hyper twisters work. I mean, we have named rides after you before, Neri, so I suppose people can ride you. So, it'll hug it, but first I want to get some speed. But when I said it, it wasn't with EA, Max. You heard it with EA, sure. Can you get speed via boosters? Only if I enable, if I use the cheat that allows me to build all drawable track pieces. Otherwise, the Hyper Twister doesn't do that. What's up, Likes Orange? How you doing? Alright, let's put that in test mode. Well, ghost train mode. How deep can I go? It needs to be at least 2 units of clearance, I believe. This is gonna be a cool coaster. Finally caught the live stream again. Oh, hey Magisma, what's up? Welcome. Name a ride of your choice. Go ahead, Slime. Name the coaster Neri and Max's Multicular Ride. That's a hell of a name, mate. Neri and Max's Mult in caps Tacular Ride. Big loop around the pavewalk. This ride doesn't do loops. So that's gonna be a no. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get into trouble there. Even there already. How much speed does it still have? How much speed does it have anyway? Let's take a look. And 125. Oh, that's very much near excessive lateral G's, even on those banked turns. That's how fast it's going. Yeah, the giant lift hill isn't really hugging the terrain, but I need to get some speed, and I like fast coasters. And I mean, it's not hugging the terrain everywhere. But this is fairly hugging the terrain. And especially with terrain as irregular as this, it's quite difficult to constantly keep it hugging. Ooh, it doesn't make that. Whoops. I made it quite high to avoid excessive lateral G's there. But I made it way too high. Well, slightly too high. That's fine. Okay, that's not fine. I can just do that. And then that and that. Thank you for the bit. Stratix Bomb. Everything about the ride design is a bad idea, but I'm all for it. You know, I like that a lot. I like doing coasters that are actually just bad ideas, then trying to make it work anyway. Which is basically this. And it kinda works. I mean, this is about as close as hugging as you can get. What's your favorite coaster you've made? That's a good question. I don't think I have an answer for that. There are a couple of ones that I really like. There are some small coaster designs that I really like that I've made. Once it's done, change the coaster type to mini suspended. No, it won't make it. That's just not how that works. Who is sus? Everyone here is sus. Together we're all very sus. I don't think I'll actually have enough speed to make it up. I mean, it barely made it 93 there. And the station is at 81. So I'll never make it entirely back up. This thing can go vertical. Yes, it can, but I actually barely use it on this coaster. I do sometimes, but not very often. Yeah, this would never happen in real life. And I actually, you know, touched on that in my video about why RCT makes no sense. Because, you know, why would you ever be allowed to, for example, build a park on the Taj Mahal or on the Great Wall? Go vertical, not a bad idea. You know what, we'll just go up again here with a chain lift. And I'm kind of abandoning the hugging idea there because we've done enough hugging. You know, we've all got COVID now, so the hugging is done. And now... Okay, I need one more space. Let's go into the ground. Oh, I actually can't... Oh, I need to be inside the park area for that. Of course. This is a very long ride. Am I in a position... No, I cannot go underground there. I need to get a good position. Let's try there. Okay, that's too high up. Alrighty. There we go. Honestly though, if there were a 50-mile long alpine coaster on the Great Wall of China, I'd ride that. Yeah, I would too. This went downhill. Well, this is going downhill very fast. Let's see, I need quite some space for this because I want to use these big pieces. This is a 152.5 meter drop. Yeah, one problem is that I can't really go up there because I'm under the hill. Taller than King Kai, yes. I just kind of need to have a few straight pieces here. You know what? I'll do a photo section. And then I can go up here again. There we go. Ah, this is too tall. Because we're now at the bottom of the hill. Okay, let's see how fast it actually goes. Let's hope it doesn't go too fast. I might have made this one too intense as well, but we'll see. Almost 200. That's almost too fast. But it's just about okay. Okay, where's the station? Oh, it's actually fairly well aligned. This looks like a fairly small drop now compared to the rest of the coast, but this is still a 32.5 meter drop. 33 meters actually. Alright, time for some brakes. You know what? Let's actually align it like... Okay, that doesn't entirely work. You know what? We'll go like that. And then that. Oh, then we're one too far. There we go. And now we'll just station for more trains. It looks like the coasters in my... I've made in my parks when I was a kid. I always wondered why no one would ride them. My favorite kind of drop. I don't really eat drop ever, to be honest. Favorite kind... Probably zoute ovaaltjes. Which translated means salty ovals. Or if you want to be really technical, salty little ovals. Whoops. Alright, let's go over and down. This is shaping up to be a real nice CCQL. QI must be at least as long as the ride itself. It's quite useless, my friend. Okay, we have 4 trains. That's not barely enough. It's a monster, alright. And it might be too intense. Who knows? It might also just be about be below it. The lateral G's will be really high. I think I've done it well, and I think they're just below the max. The limit for the penalty, but they'll still be like 2.7. And now it's doing this bit. Second chain lift, which goes even higher than the first. And now it hugs the terrain so much, it goes into the terrain. At 197 kilometers per hour. Which is quite amazing. Yeah, total airtime will be quite intense, because the entire time on the vertical bits you get airtime. And they do spend a few seconds on that. Okay, the negative G's minus 253. This is gonna be, I think, on the edge of 10 intensity. Because this ride is naturally not very intense. Ooh, yes, I did it right. 977 intensity and 959 excitement. This is what I mean. What I meant earlier. Someone said this is a bad idea, but I'll allow it. This is what I mean with taking bad ideas and making them into actual good rides. Will that change when guests are on it? It will go faster, and I think if I would retest it with a full load, it might become too intense. Might go too fast for lateral G's. But the stats don't change anymore. They can only change when I add scenery or stuff. It won't be retested, so that's fine. In fact, you can build a ride so that it goes like 80 kilometers per hour through an unbanked small turn with guests on it, while it would be like 60 without guests. That's possible, and it won't be too intense. Alright, got some music. What colors would we like? Because this is not a bad color scheme, not at all, but... You know what's funny? This is not a bad color scheme, but because of how standard it is... you know, it's one of the standard color schemes, it just feels boring, because we're all so used to it. Or it would look a lot better if it were salmon pink. I don't really want to make it salmon pink because it's so large. 2 color schemes, one of hot lava and one of lava rock. Now that's more interesting. So that's your hot lava. Okay, that's also bog standard for the vertical drop. Let's do that like that, that's better. Thank you for the follow, Komodo Dirk. How much effort do I want to put into painting it different colors? That's the question. I'll just, you know, do fairly large sections so that it doesn't take too long. Thank you for the follow as well, Fraser551. How much effort are your mods worth? Oh, a lot. I would do so much. Do parts close to the ground black and the higher bits up orange. And the entire last part's gonna be orange though. If it goes down, make it hot. If it goes up, make it calm. That's actually not a bad idea. That's an interesting idea. Then I'll let's see. Down is hot. Up is calm. Then I need to recolor this. And this. Horizontal, I'll keep whatever color it was before that. Which means that this entire bit is gonna be black. Well, grey. Let's see. This is all downwards. Then here we start to go up again. And then this is upwards. And then this is up. Then here again. Let's see, here. And here, and this is... Oh, whoops. Whoops, that was a mistake. No, happy little accidents. You know, the funny thing is, when you paint and you have happy little accidents, you can't really remove it. You can often still blend it in, but, you know, especially with Bob Ross's technique. But when I make a happy little accident, I can very simply just, you know, redo it. And it doesn't really make it matter. You didn't make it flat after the first uphill black. Right, well, where? This goes that way. Right, yes. I don't see... Oh, here. Yes, you're right, you're right. Now, this entire bit needs to be black. Or grey. Whoops, that's too far. I wonder if I just did this without you guys knowing what I was doing, how quickly you would figure it out that that was my rule. That reminds me of a video by a YouTube channel called Veritasium, where he had a number sequence that followed a simple rule. And he presented people with that number sequence. This is done, by the way. I am charging $26 for it. And he was presenting people with the number sequence. And they had to ask questions. They had to present number sequences of their own. And he would say whether it followed the rule or not. His number sequence was 2, 4, 8. Let's play this game. If you already know it, please don't say it. I think I need an exit path. Yeah, there are some guests here already. The number sequence is 2, 4, 8. What do you guys think that the trend is? And you can also suggest a number sequence. 2 up. I mean, 8 is 4 more than 4, so that already doesn't work. 1, 2, 4, that follows the rule. 2 to the power x, that's not the rule. No, it's not exponential. Yeah, and 16 is not the next one, but you know, 1, 2, 4, like Wallace did, that's how this works. You suggest your own 3-number sequence, and I will say if it follows the rule or not, and let's see if you can figure it out. Because this will be interesting. 1, 2, 3 follows the rule. 69, 4, 20, 69 does not follow the rule. 10, 12, 16 and 3, 6, 12 do. Every next number is higher. That is correct. Max figured it out. The thing is, most people, you know, just ascending order, most people will not think of a number sequence that easy. And also, the video showed off something really interesting. Most people that he interviewed, they didn't. What they did, they said like, alright, 3, 6, 12. Because in their heads, it was times 2. And so 3, 6, 12. And they did 8, 16, 32 or 4, 8, 16. They kept trying to confirm what they already believed. Which is a very human thing to do. But it's not how you figured it out. And Derek from Veritasium eventually told them that as well. Because what you want to do in that case is suggest sequences that you do not think follow the rule. So if you think it's times 2, then you suggest a sequence like 2, 4, 7. And if it does not follow the rule, well, that strengthens the belief that it's times 2. And if it does follow the rule, well, then it turns out you've been wrong. And then you have some new information to work with. While if you say, you know, 4, 8, 16 and you get a yes, then, well, doesn't really give you a lot of new information. I thought that was a really interesting video. I sometimes think that Veritasium's video, I don't watch his videos all that often. There's something about it which can turn me off from his videos. And I can't really pinpoint what it is. But there's something about it. I still like some of them. Title of the video is the most common cognitive bias. Thank you. I had no idea actually. Although you probably would have found it if you just type in Veritasium 248. We actually got some motorbikes here, because this is a custom go-kart ride. It's that one, motocross. Ah. I liked Veritasium's video about luck and success. I haven't watched that, I think. Okay, Likes Orange agrees with me. Do you have any idea what it is about Derek's videos that can sometimes not work for you? Because I can't really pinpoint it. His channel is quite similar to a channel like Vsauce, but every single one of Vsauce's videos works for me. There's just no question about it. By the way, about a different YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel called Chill Fuel, which is, I believe, just about interesting events and stuff. And yesterday they uploaded a video about the Tunguska event, which is a meteor impact in eastern Siberia in 1908. So it's quite a long time ago. And he made a very big mistake in the video. Because he confused eastern Siberia with eastern Serbia, which is in the Balkans in southern Europe. And, you know, talking about, he mentioned the size of Serbia, he mentioned showed a picture of an outline of Serbia, and like saying stuff like it's extremely remote, tribal people lived there, which was true of where the actual meteor impacted in Siberia, but Serbia at that time in 1908 was fairly well developed. You know, the Balkans, part of the Ottoman Empire, Rome, part of Rome, much before that. And he took a video down and he uploaded a corrected version today. I think you got it down, Ragged. He does seem kind of weirdly smug sometimes. A bit too produced. That might as well. You know, Vsauce's latest video about Do Chairs Exist, which is the best video title ever, I might add, is just him sitting and talking about something interesting. Let's see, which coaster will I build? How about that one? And indeed, Veritasium City are really overproduced. I'm not sure if that is part of what turns it off, but that might be. What I find weird is Simon Whistler. I refuse to watch any video with Simon Whistler in it. I really don't like his way of presenting. I've actually been reviewing that for many years now. These steep hills are annoying because I can't go down fast enough on the mine train. And yeah, he is everywhere. You got like the YouTube mega projects or whatever. Then it seems interesting, and then his face again. Like, nothing against him as a person. I'm sure he's a nice person and whatever, but it's just, I can't stand his way of presenting. Name a guest Simon W. and drown them. Let's see if... I'm not sure if it's even possible, but let's see if we do have a guest Simon W. I'm not sure if W is even possible. But let's see. Simon, I think we do have Simon, so not a Simon W. Oh, Simon T. Okay, no, he's going on a right. You got lucky. Simon M is on the right. Simon P is on the right. Simon D is not on the right. All right, I'll store you there for now. Gonna be Simon W. And you're gonna be dead. Alright. I agree with you on Vsauce. I binged all the videos on the channel when I found it. I don't think I did. Well, I might have done, but there weren't that many videos. Because I found them in like 2012 or so. But yeah, Vsauce is just really, really good. I really like Vsauce's video about the future of reasoning. Because it touched on a part where, you know, he was like the classic, you know, people are stupid. Because, you know, people take the wrong decisions, people in power make weird decisions, or I'm not exactly sure what it was, but he touched on something like that. You know, on Reddit I sometimes read that people say, like 90% of people are stupid because they didn't do that. And in the future of reasoning, Michael really touches on at least how people aren't stupid. People are just, well, people. And I like that. I really don't like the sentiment that, all people are stupid because we all do this and we all do that. Or stuff like when, the sentiment I sometimes see is, we don't deserve dogs. Dogs are too good for us. Or stuff like that. I don't like that. Red Letter Media sometimes makes good YouTube videos. I don't know anything about Red Letter Media. Other than that, it's Jack's Film's favorite channel. Hang on. I'm not aligned for that at all. Am I aligned now? I am. Paul. When did you make your YouTube account? Well, I never made a YouTube account. I just made Google accounts. I made my current YouTube account in 2016. My current Google account. And my Google account before that I made in 2007. But I don't think it was a YouTube account yet back then. I think that only turned into a YouTube account later. Yeah, I mean, for me, I say Google account, it was Gmail. Both times for me. Alright, we got a little mine ride. I kind of wanted to go down further, but since it doesn't get steep slopes, it's kind of impossible to do that, since it also doesn't really have a high support limit. Alright, let's do something different with the colors. That's not bad, actually. It's not a very common color scheme, but... Ooh, now that's bright. That's better. No, that's too green. That's not bad. Well, I like that, actually. What about the launched coaster with a nice straight drop into the volcano? You mean... like killing people? I do plan on eventually beating this scenario. There is still a goal of 5,000 guests and not letting my park rating go below 700. And drowning a guest here and there is fine. That doesn't impact the rating too much. But killing an entire train of guests will probably have kind of a worse effect. Actually, you just need to do constant advertising and we'll get there eventually. It's just that I forget. What's that plane ride? It's not a ride, it's a fly. You fly in a plane. And, alright, see ya, Doki. You fly in a plane over the lava, you can look out of the window. And it's fun. How long is this ride, by the way? It's almost 2,600 meters. This would be a hell of a ride in real life. There's a drop of 151 meters. It's a top speed of almost 200 kilometers per hour. It's almost 3 minutes long, making it, I think, the longest roller coaster in the world. Although, I'm not exactly sure. It's at least the longest in the world by ride length. I think the longest is like 2,100 meters. In like Steel Dragon 2000 in Japan. If I'm right. I'm not exactly sure. what I can also do is just raise the soft gas cap a lot by doing this, or, you know, even worse, well, worse, better, depends on how you view it, corkscrew coasters. It takes a long time to write Max and Neri. It does, doesn't it? Oh, 2,479. Well, at least shorter than this one. And what's the longest roller coaster in terms of ride time? That might actually be longer than 3 minutes. Some like scenic wooden coaster or something. With like 3 million chain lifts. Which take a long time. How many coasters do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's less than I thought. Oh, well, you know, 9. There's another one somewhere here. 10. 11. There are 3 of those. If you count the Dingy Slide as well, we get a 12. What's that green abomination? It's a ride named after my brother, and it's a little bit intense, but, you know, it still has had 161 guests on it. So that ain't bad. Ah, the ultimate in light water valley, I was 7 minutes. That's long. Hang on, what's that? Oh, this is funny. This is a bit of a weird color. You know, if we change that to normal orange, it's actual normal. But this isn't part of the palette, so it's a different color. This is actually the watercolor. That's funny. This might also be the tallest chain lift. Not quite. I think it's like 70 meters tall, because we start off quite high up. You can see the same color here. It's just the white. Oh, it's only when it rains, apparently. Oh. Yeah, this is now back to normal as well. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's build a path around here. So that we can kind of branch off from there. I need to kind of look into the valley. One problem. Okay, I can make a path that goes up here. Kind of difficult to find space to make a path go up. Because of how steep the hill is. And you know what? I'll do another connection from here. Okay, that doesn't fit. But that does. Whoops. There we go. What's up, Tristel? Alright, let's now go around this baby. I bought a hard drive 2 days ago, and it arrived yesterday. You know, to make a backup. I already have a backup at my parents' place at their hard drive, but I wanted my own. 4 terabytes. So I thought, you know, I had about an hour free during lunch before I started working on the next video. So I thought I'd make a quick backup of all my, you know, my videos folder, which includes everything I've ever done on this computer. 4 videos, including all past live streams. So it's a big folder. And I made a start and, you know, started copying the entire thing. And I kind of made a misjudgment in how long that would take. Since it would take about 7 hours to copy it over. So I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna do it overnight. Because I wanted to work on the next video, and this is now also recording to that folder. So, and I don't want to do stuff to the folder while I'm copying it. Because that might lead to weird stuff. So that's why I can't just, you know, have it running now. And how big is that folder? I think it's 1.06 terabytes. Which is quite big. The biggest file in it is 73 gigabytes. Which is my 12-hour live stream from a few years ago. Which is also because I live streamed still in 60 FPS back then. You know, I do all my videos in 60 FPS, but live streams that's really not necessary, and it, you know, uses up more bandwidth, which makes it lag more often. So 30 is fine for live streams. Not really necessary for RCT. It does look nicer than 30. And it's not like it takes any more effort or anything for me. I suppose the only downside is when people have slow internet. But then you can always go back to 720p. Alright, now we have a whole lot of, whole new area. Yeah, some people use 60 FPS 4K just for future proofing. Now, 4K I'm not going to use, because if you have 4K, then the size of the UI is like this. If I play in 4K, which is absolutely tiny. I mean, those are the right stats. That's super tiny. Now, of course, I could have just play a scaling factor of 2 then. Hey, what's up, Kazam? Glad you said hi. It will look normal, just fit their monitors. I mean, not if it's tiny like this. It won't suddenly get bigger when they, you know, view it in 1080p. That's not how that works. This whole park is about a scale 1 to 4. The real hill was 277 meters tall. Here it's about 73.5 meters tall. Imagine if you had to do this in the original RCT, where the height limit is just 36 meters. Would be kind of impossible. Okay, we're getting closer. We only need about 1,400 more guests. Like I said, if we just keep advertising, we'll get there eventually. Yeah, that would be very lame. Let's see, what kind of coaster? Do we have a mine train coaster yet? I don't think we do. No, let's build one. Alrighty. Where shall I station the station? I will station the station right here. The station is stationed at the station. Sacrificial coaster to the crater. No, I would like to beat this scenario. So that's not gonna happen. Thank you for the follow, Zerk103. Ah, damn it. And there we go. I'm often disappointed by the support limit. Hang on, this can't be the real support limit. I thought I had hit the support limit here. Yeah, it's only like what? 30 meters? It really disappoints me, especially compared to the wooden coaster, which is like 50? 60? I'm guessing this is Open RCT2. Yes, it is. I'm not mad at the support limit, just disappointed. I think I used that line about the hyper coaster. I wasn't mad, I was just disappointed. Which is fair, because it's a very useless ride. Someone actually made a rebuttal video, like a video response to it, which said, you know, the video said it's good if you use the boosters, which you can only get with cheats. Like, okay, that's a weird argument. It's good if you use cheats. You're going down a hill there, so the real height is a bit better. Well, you know, let's turn on land heights. This is about 36 where I reached the support limit. And the thing was about 61. So that's only 25 meters. That's not a very high support limit. But the mine train can't help it. It's just the way it's designed. It's also not the hardline's fault it's terrible or the hypercoaster's fault that it's useless. They still are. But it's not their fault. Yeah, it's all Chris's fault. Some of the things in this game aren't Chris's fault. Because, you know, computers were very limited back then. But some definitely are, such as bad stats for a ride. Since, you know, he could have made that whatever he wanted. Damn you, Christopher Sawyer. I wonder what I would have been doing right now if Roller Coaster Tycoon didn't exist. If Chris Sawyer didn't exist. I might have had a YouTube channel for an entirely different game. Who knows? Because it is very in me. It's a very me thing to get obsessed with something enough to make all kind of deep analysis about it. I mean, I've done it about speed skating. So, if Roller Coaster Tycoon didn't exist, you know, I might have been doing the same thing on Minecraft or Zoo Tycoon or whatever. I would be working right now instead of working while editing an RCT video. Alright, you were on email duty right now instead of phone duty, right? You said something like that. Which would mean that you have actual time. You know, you would be able to have me on sound as well. What do you guys want to name the mine train coaster? Are you back on phones this week? Yet you're still editing a video and you're having the sound on. You're usually not able to do that, or do you have some kind of scheduled break or whatever? Our train coaster. We've done that joke. I think we did that joke in the very first live stream on Twitch I ever did. Mine. I mean, that's not a bad name. Try to make the most densely woven together roller coasters. I have a few of those. A bit disappointing, I like that. What's up? Welcome to the live stream. Oh gosh, oh no. You're new here. Well, I hope you enjoy yourself. Someone said something, I wanted to... Let me scroll up, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, that woven roller coaster. Let's see if I... Do we have the twister coaster? No, I have some... I mean, I don't have enough money to build it, but I have this thing. Which is... You literally can't get more compact than this. This is the longest roller coaster possible on a 10 by 10 square. Assuming you don't go underground and you don't alter the land. You know, just flat land and you don't go underground. So, it's not really woven together. It's, you know, it's not random stuff. Yeah, it costs 700,000 and I don't have that money. We can go smaller though. Oh my god, I have way too many. Okay, this is still 299,000. I almost have that, but it's still too expensive. Although, yes, this is 57,000. I can afford that. This is a 6x6 roller coaster with 10 excitement. Although I might need the other trains for this to work. Yeah, I think this doesn't work now. I think this is too short to do the turns on the chain lift. Yeah, it doesn't work. We need the other trains. Screw it, I'm cheating them in. I want the other trains. There we go. Why aren't they available? Do I need to like save and load? Huh. Not researched. Maybe let's go to inventions list. Nope. It's not in the items to invent during the game. Did I just do it incorrectly? No, I did do it correctly. Where are the trains? Or do I just need to select it separate? No. And if I do that, they're still not there. Hang on, where are they? Well, that's a bug, I suppose. Okay, what if I... No, I can't remove this. I was like, what if I remove this coaster type entirely and just only have the long trains? But yeah, I already have that, so I can't do that. Anyway, this coaster has over 10 excitement, but it doesn't work. So, bye-bye. I did have another interesting coaster. Yeah, this one. Can I see? I think this was near the height limit. Yeah, but only there. Hang on, there was somewhere here I could build it. Let me build it, please. Oh, hang on. Why can I build it on top of there, but not like there? Oh, it's a chain lift. Well, it's there now. This is one hell of a ride. And it cost me about 87,000. You could also just make the train a cart longer. I mean, I need cheats for that because the station is too short. Now this is really expensive. And it's not really all that great of a ride. I built it for the first time a long time ago when I did Nevermore Park. And I wanted 10 excitement on all ride. This one doesn't have 10 excitement, so I don't know. Maybe I didn't want 10. I don't think I wanted 10 excitement. I think I wanted just to complete the park. I did it again with the 10 excitement requirement later. I think. Make a launched freefall through it. I can do that. I can certainly do that. There we go. A stick through the hole. How fast does this thing need to launch? 144? That's slightly too fast. How about 122? Oh, it's still on crashed mode. There we go. Much better. Oh, that's way too slow. 136. Okay, 144 again. Now it's not too... I think I was above 144. Because now it's not too fast. There we go. There's your launched freefall. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. Not green. Yellow is too overused by me. How about pink? I like pink. There we go. Is there a formula for optimal launch speed versus height? I could probably make one. But, I mean, I'm basically just meaning that yes, there is one. Do I know it? No. And I'm not sure how much that will be worth it. Because it's not very difficult every time to just faff around with it a bit and find out the right launch speed. Alright, let's make this a bit of an interesting color as well. I don't have a lot of red in this park yet, I think. So how about red and... Ooh, no, that's awful. Red and white. Well, that's good. I like that. And some more red and white here. With a darker red. Yeah, that's good. I don't actually like salmon pink. I mean, that's the entire reason it's a meme. So I don't go for salmon pink if I can avoid it. Green to contrast the pink. I don't think that works really well. I'll change this one, because... You're right, this doesn't really work all that well. How about... green to contrast the red? Now it's Christmas. Well, let me guess what's Max gonna do. Salmon pink, card white. I'm happy you chose this one. And not the big coaster. Also, really? Park's coming along nicely. Which is a phrase I say quite often, I think. Oh, I didn't even notice, but I also went for black and orange here. Orange really is the new black. Ooh, I don't have benches and bins here. Oh, guests are going down. That means ads aren't running. It's really a sign that you're overcrowded if your guests will go down as soon as your ads aren't running. You know, Max, I have the power to make a ride off limits for recoloration by channel points. Now, I don't have bench warmer at the moment, and I must say I actually kind of like doing it on my own, doing it myself, and the feeling of having it not perfectly, you know, in a grid pattern, kind of makes it look a little bit better. What difficult rating would you put this scenario? Expert. Any scenario where you need to hold 5,000 guests in a park is expert. No question about it. Because it's not just, and you know, also with the loan at the start, but it's not just about that. Even if you have no money and just the goal of, you know, not having your rating below 700, needing 5,000 guests, the skills to actually manage a park of 5,000 guests and keeping your park rating up, it's not necessarily super difficult, but it is something you have to learn. And especially if you're a bit younger, then that can be fairly tricky. And that's why extreme height is difficult. It's just because it's not easy to manage a park of 4,500 guests while keeping your rating up. Yeah, and a coaster might, you know, your rating might be like 800, which is a bit fragile for this goal. It can easily go below 700. And then a coaster crashes. And then you're screwed. Now, if your rating is very high, it's like, if your rating is, for example, like 1100, and a coaster crashes, it might go down to like 900. I mean, if it's 700, it'll max out at 999, but you still have that extra bit of wiggle room that even if it goes down a bit, it'll stay at 999. Yeah, I might need an exit there. Well, an exit line. Which is why I think if I drown guests here, you won't see the difference. Since my rating is not at 999, it's actually quite a bit above it. And it goes down, but stays above 999. Really sound like a German here. When a guest drowns. Which is really just an happy accident. Alright, now this is a proper CCQL. This really is a proper CCQL. Yeah, we have a lot of quotes. Is this one long enough? I think we need to go one up again. Oh, we're kind of stuck in it. Alright, we'll go more this way. Oh, we're right above that one now. There we go. I think that's long enough. Yeah, the award for most physically fit guests. There's already a guest in it. Hello. Guest 7,673. That's quite a lot of stairs. They just but he does it at incredible speed. We haven't had the quotes for a year though, Max. Quite a bit shorter, I believe. Are the ads still running? Oh, they are easily. Drown the guest in the queue you just made. I'll wait until he's almost there. Which is still quite a ways to go. I'm not sure when exactly we got the quote system, but I think it's not more than half a year ago. All that for a haunted house, yes. Although, you say that, all that for a haunted house. Let's say you are here and you want to go on the mine train coaster. You might as well go through the haunted house. You know, you need to walk that way anyway. So why not, you know, go through the haunted house while you're at it? It really helps to build the tension. Especially for this guy, because he's gonna die. Which is fun. Killing people is fun. That sounds really weird out of context. I promise I'm not Jack the Ripper. Alright, they're almost there. Just caught a hedgehog in my garden. Nice. And grab him. Alright, let's drop... Oh, I can't drop him there actually. Let's drop him on the hill first. So that I can properly find... There we go. Bye-bye! Does it also rain lava when you make the water orange? I wonder how well a park would work where the only way through is connecting each right exit to exactly one right entrance. It doesn't at all, Zerg. Because at some point, guests will just, you know, they become unhappy or a ride is too intense for them. And they will never ride it. The only way when that would ever work is if you make them all transport rides, you make them all free. Because guests will always ride a free transport ride. What I mean by that is not that they will go on every free transport ride they see. But if it's their only option, they'll go on it. Eventually. You know, no matter if they want to go home or how intense it is or whatever. All those checks just don't apply. And they'll go on it. Color ride is your choice. Salmon pink is off limits for this one. Other pinks are allowed. No salmon pink on this one. I really don't like salmon pink. You know, I know that this is a meme. But at the same time, I do have to look at it. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Derpy Holak. You'll just refund yourself, that's fine. That salmon pink vertical thingy through the helix looks suggestive. I mean, that's kind of the point. I mean, the cart is white for a reason. Do guests ever choose transport rides if they have a very long walk? No, that's entirely random. They don't use them to transport places. Thank you for the follow, by the way, potatoes. Alright. Did we just get an extra coaster or... Oh, we have 14? I mean, research is entirely disabled this scenario. Chat loves torturing streamers. Well, to be honest, I had hoped that that would have been cooled off by now. The salmon pink joke. But unfortunately it hasn't. Alright, let's see if we can make an interesting one of these. Like on the hill. I don't know really what the support limit of this is, but apparently it's fairly high. Let's see. Okay, we don't have a lot of wiggle room. You know, and I'm fine with like a small coaster like this salmon pink, but a very big one, you know, every now and then is fine, but it does get a bit old if every stream, you know, the big coaster is salmon pink. Is it because then you can't use these shots from these parks in your videos if everything is salmon pink? I mean, I could just recolor them, which I've done before. That's not the problem. It's just that I think it's ugly. So, and I don't want to have to look at that. And not just for me, but I think it also doesn't really make the live stream better. Because the joke has kind of run its course, as, you know, it's Now it's no longer funny because it's funny. It's funny because it's a joke and it's because I don't like it. But I think that most people will agree that salmon pink isn't the prettiest color to look at if a coaster is entirely salmon pink. And it does just make the stream slightly less appealing. So I am also thinking about other people, not just about myself. Okay, we need to go actually quite a bit higher. See if I can make this work. You go the other way. I will not do a very expensive channel point reward just to stream in salmon pink for an entire stream. And you know why not? Because it doesn't make for a good stream. And then you've just wasted a lot of channel points for a thing that's fun for like 5 minutes. Maybe 15. Let's see, I'm 2 tiles off. And then it's not fun anymore. Of course I could just turn it off back then, but then, you know, it still wasted a lot of channel points that you could have used to name coasters and stuff. Oh wait, this still isn't aligned. Okay, there needs to be some vertical component to this. There we go. This is a really weird ending to this ride. Great pull, Max. I mean, pulls like that don't work. Because it's still for the joke. Alright, does this make it back? I'd wager it does. Yeah, fairly easily. Alright, let's look at the stats. Okay, so I'm also getting already... Ooh, -3 Gs, that's a lot. I'm already getting a bit tired and... I want to watch the Canadian Championships, which start at midnight, which is in 2.5 hours. It's gonna be a long night. Only 8.88 intensity, despite the extreme negative vertical Gs. That's quite interesting. I thought it'd be higher. Thank you for the bits, Slime. A bit tired today. I'm actually 10,000 bits tired. Hint, hint. Please don't do that. But thank you for the follow. 102k. A 1,000 more guests. You know what? I think I'm gonna make a little farm. A corkscrew cheap path farm. I could also use the flashy one. Hang on. Is that one higher? Oh, it's not in the correct position. Does the coaster have a name? If not, name it Bart Simpson. Alright. I mean, it does have a name, Inverted Impulse Coaster 1. It's kind of insulted that you don't count that as its name. But ultimately, it's a coaster. doesn't have true feelings. Is that rude? Dismissing the feelings of a roller coaster? Oh well, I don't care. There we go. There's 4 of those. And that. And that. And that. It's like a disabled little spider. Yeah, I really like this setup. It looks cool. Open up. Especially when they're synchronized. They will never stay synchronized because when people get on it, you know, naturally they go out of sync. You can of course synchronize the ones next to each other, but you can't synchronize them all. But this does look cool. And I like this little module. And it gives a soft guest cap of 400. I mean, I can sync the ones next to each other, but I can't sync all of them. I can't sync the ones that are back to back. Yeah, it's like a half octopus. I could just add another one to the back of it. Although it's going to be difficult to build ones right here because I can't raise the damn land. I don't need to put them in yeah, I could just do that. This is the land of the tiny corkscrews. This is just 600 guest cap. It's quite amazing how much that already gives. $700. How many do we roughly? I don't think we have 4,000 guest cap. The reason I wanted more guest cap is because that makes it go faster. So I'm just gonna spam quite a few of these. Because I would like to finish this scenario today. So that on Sunday we can do, I don't know, something new. Don't know what yet. Usually when I need to start something new on stream, I decide like 5 minutes beforehand. What if you place them one tile misaligned? Nope, 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 nope. We're not gonna do that. That messes with my OCD. And with other people's OCD. I mean, we don't actually have OCD, but it messes with our need to have things neatly organized. Do people with actual OCD actually find it offensive if people say that, you know, this messes with my OCD? I think they are one time. It's like, I don't think so. I mean, they look perfectly aligned to me. Well, yeah, maybe these other, well, the other ones are actually also perfectly aligned. Not OCD, but I do find kind of offensive when people say they're autistic when they aren't. I don't actually see people saying that. I mean, I do have autism. I have Asperger's. I don't actually see people saying that. I don't know if I would take offense to it. I suppose it depends on the context, of course. Yeah, that was a loopede loopede poepede oepede. A super looper oepe doepe. This one. It's a super looper. Lots of undiagnosed autistic people. That's a really tricky thing. Because you know, part of autism and Asperger's and stuff is having social difficulties. But, you know, not everyone is great socially. And at what point does it become Asperger's? It's not a certain thing in the brain, because my brain has never been scanned. It's just been diagnosed after observing my behavior and my difficulties when I was 13. Alright, let's renew the advertisements. And there is some kind of limit at which, you know, your behavior is extreme enough to warrant a diagnosis of autism. Since you have so much money, why not plop down some real coasters? Because this is much faster. Real coasters you need to build paths for. Yeah, I've just built like 12 of these. Something like that. And it just took me like 5 minutes. That's the nice thing about it as well. I heard that autism is about having hyper-masculine brain architecture, where more resources are used for systemizing and few for socializing. I mean, girls can have autism too. I mean, of course, girls can be masculine. I'm not sure if... Is masculine the right... Hyper-masculine feels a bit weird when girls can have it too. And it's also not true according to someone else. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Polly B and Thunderbird. I mean, I can build a larger coaster, by the way. Let's see. There's... Oh yeah, there's this one, but I can't afford that. It's too big. I like the verticulator. Interesting fact. If I remember correctly, I believe the verticulator has the highest excitement rating out of all pre-built roller coasters if you build it on flat land without any scenery. Yeah, the U1114 is absolutely mental. Let's see. I mean, everyone has every coaster has U design. Well, Giga Coaster doesn't because it's not an RCT1, right? Corsico has some interesting ones, I believe. That's a lot of them. Damn. Oh, look at this. This is a nice mirrored ride. Build U69. Is there a U69? I think they all have 4 letters. Looks like a schlong. I mean, if you want to, everything can look like a schlong. If your thingy looks like this, consult a doctor. Good point. I like this design though. Reminds me of those Mobius coasters I showed off. Showed off. A few streams ago. You know, where I mirrored them. Oh hey, Ferris wheel green just broke down. Interesting. Alright, a wooden coaster also has U designs. A lot of... Hey, this one is UZ003. I've never seen a U with a Z in it, with a letter in it. That's cool. It's not a very interesting coaster. It was a really weird coaster. Why are they named like that anyway? Well, the user submitted designs. Ooh, free pizza. Thank you, Neri. Please send it my way. Oh, here we have another mirrored Mobius design. Well, different mirrored than I did, but still mirrored. See if we got any kind of really big designs. I mean, this one is 36,000. That's quite big. This is also 24,000. The pizza topping is pizza itself. I've actually seen that. Pizza with little pizzas as toppings. Which is quite weird. I mean, there's this coaster. I have a lot of space. Could build that here. There we go. Oh, it's starting to rain again. Yeah, nice quick dip into lava. I suppose it would be possible to make that safely. You know, if you had all your riders wear protective gear, make the trains of something lava resistant, and have like only a little bit of lava, you could probably do that in real life. It will be very expensive, not practical. It will probably be possible. This is kind of a weird design. Has a lot of lava splashes. It's rock, not water. Just because it's liquid doesn't mean it's not heavy. We don't have to go through it like this. I mean, maybe just shower people with lava or whatever. Oh, Hawaiian pizza does not suck. Hawaiian pizza is really good. Pineapple on pizza is great. Anyone who says otherwise, I mean, that's fine. But anyone who says it's dumb or stupid, that's wrong. You don't have to like it, of course, though. Okay, so I have a different question. What do you guys think about all those teens on people doing those silly TikTok dances? And, you know, there are certain like, dance classes who teach TikTok dances now. What do you guys think about that? Hang on, what's wrong with that? How did that break? It has had guests. That's weird. I like the answers I'm seeing so far in the chat. You know, people feeling out of touch. So do I, by the way. They're dancing, good for the health, I guess. Dancing is better than the trends when I was young. I like your answers. Because I've seen a lot of people say, mostly on Reddit again, of course, you know, that they think it's stupid and, you know, stuff like that. And it like, why are people doing it? And I'm like, it's just a trend for kids. I mean, it's better than, you know, sitting, you know, watching YouTube videos all day. Because at least you're moving. And yeah, I kind of constantly feel out of touch. I mean, I still feel out of touch with Twitch culture a bit. All the different emotes that people have and stuff. But it's fine. Although there are TikTok trends now that apparently are like punch a teacher or destroy a school toilet or... And literally destroy, I mean. You know, not this destroy with the bad number 2. Which is of course not okay. Not everything on TikTok is good. I always feel out of touch when you guys talk about Minecraft and other YouTube streamers. Do you watch any YouTube, Slime? Apart from me? I think you said you watch... You like Vsauce better than me, which makes a lot of sense. Do you watch any other gaming YouTubers? I think it's stupid, not for the reasons you likely think. They're too young to have their image and personal life so much online for everyone to see. They don't oversee the consequences of their actions yet. That's a good point. But that doesn't mean necessarily have to anything to do with the TikTok dances itself. It's not the fact that the dances are stupid. You think it's stupid that they're posting everything online, but you know, that could have been done on Facebook as well. With just posts about whatever they're thinking. What shall I build? How about a custom maze? That's always nice. You have a lot of space here. I really don't have many pictures of myself online. I've posted one picture on Facebook, which is my profile picture. Which is from, I think I was 18 or so, 19. It's a long time ago. But I'm not sure if you can even find my profile. I think only friends can see it. I'm not even designing this maze, I'm just doing random stuff. That actually plays an entrance. I've posted, I think, 1 or 2 photos of myself on Twitter, and I did, of course, the face reveal. That's not a good place for the exit at all. I'll place the exit later. But yeah, I'm actually fairly secretive about stuff like that. I mean, I talk a lot about my personal life on stream. But of course, only the stuff I am comfortable with sharing. But, yeah, there's not a lot of pictures and stuff of me online. Let's see, it's got that way. No, that's not what I wanted. A lot of Marcel Vosses on Facebook, apparently. You might not even recognize me from a profile picture, because I had short hair back then. Although I suppose the face is still fairly the same. Alright, the exit right next to it. But it's quite a long walk. Is there a way to get more people on the ride? I hate having big parks with lots of guests and reasonable rides and prices, but they still keep walking around. Maybe the rides are too intense? I'm not sure. I mean, right now there are not a lot of people on rides because it's raining. Anyone else lagging? I did see the stream lag a bit in the preview. My computer is fine. It's not the thing with OBS which, you know, make my computer freeze, because I didn't experience any lag. Probably a glitch on the side of Twitch, if I may guess. Alright, we still have ads running. Oh, hang on, I missed an important comment. Sabrina Rubina, I hope you'll feel better soon. And yeah, I'm doing well. A glitch in the Matrix. There is a subreddit called Glitch in the Matrix, which has people talking about, you know, suddenly trees appearing or whatever, and some of them at least seem to genuinely believe that reality changed. Such as, you know, them not remembering a big tree being in the corner of the backyard or whatever for like 10 years. And then when they're like 16 or whatever, they suddenly see that tree, they ask people about it, and they're like, no, it's always been there. Like their mom or their brother or sister or whatever, they'll be like, yeah, the tree's always been there. And they're like, no, it just appeared. Stuff like that. And if you actually experience it like that, this is of course really freaky. But I don't think anything paranormal is going on there. The Mandela Effect, that's very different though. I don't think that's anything paranormal either. For anyone who doesn't know what the Mandela Effect is, it's basically when a lot of people believe the same wrong thing. Named after when a lot of people apparently thought that, that Nelson Mandela died in like the 80s or whatever. And supposedly remembered seeing his funeral on TV when it never happened because he didn't die. Well, he's dead now. But he wasn't dead then. Car transport ride. Isn't it extremely slow? Transport ride made out of a car ride. I wonder if this thing makes it and doesn't crash. Sorry, but if you honestly believe that reality is changing around you like this, you're kind of stupid. I'm not so sure. Imagine that you live... Whoops. Imagine that you live in the same house your entire life. And, you know, you have a garden which is a big grassy field, which is entirely empty. And suddenly, when you're like 15, 16, whatever, there's a tree there and people tell you that it's always been there. I don't know, but that would freak me the hell out. And I think that something's gone wrong in their brains. But if you honestly believe that, then I don't blame you for thinking reality's changed. Okay, now it works. It might still crash with guests in it, but that's a risk we will have to take. I think it might also crash here. Oh, Marcel put a tree in the park. Everyone in the park is going to be like, oh my god, why did the tree just spawn out of nowhere? Nice. What if it's not the tree that appeared, but you that actually transfer to an alternate reality? Well, there you go, I predicted that. Well, that's what people think. That it's alternate realities and stuff. Which it very most likely isn't. Although, of course, one can never be entirely sure. Alright, this must be safer. It might be your brain failing to register this is familiar. Yeah, something like that. And, you know, there's a thing called like Hanlon's razor or whatever kind of razor that says when choosing between two assumptions or, you know, two theories, then often the one that requires the least assumptions is true. And the fact that something went wrong in your brain, considering that things often go wrong in people's brains, requires a lot fewer assumptions than the fact that reality just changed and a tree just popped out of nowhere. Oh, Occam's razor, yeah. Hanlon's razors also exist, but that might be something else. Yeah, the problem is indeed that your brain is very good at convincing you of things that may not be true. Also, what's up, Bilky? Looks like that long queue is... Hey, it is. That's the second queue line that's broken. What's wrong? It's broken here. Huh? Well, actually, two places. Zero clearance is not on, because zero clearance can do that sometimes. There might be more queue lines that are broken. There's some bug in the game. Doesn't that queue line breaking thing happen sometimes in the build of OpenRC2 when you move like a pre-build around before building it? Might be. In this build, maybe. I don't know. But that could be the answer. I'm kind of scanning around a bit at the moment. I'm not seeing any other broken ones. Are the ads still going? They're almost over. Let's see if we can recreate it. Let's take, I don't know, this one. La 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 la. Dragging around, dragging around, dragging around. See if we can break a queue line. Might need to be a pre-build that has a queue line in it. Alright. This one has a queue line in it. I'm terrorizing this queue line. Ah! Hey. Oh, look at that. It's kind of moving about. But that's not what we were talking about. I have problems with breaking queue lines as well. Went away after reloading the save file for me. Interesting. I'll try reloading. But first I kind of want to see if I can make it happen on purpose. It might have already happened and we're just missing it. Because, you know, some of the queue lines are quite small. Alright, let's just forget about that. Let's reload the park. Oh, a lot of pukies there. Let's hire some more handymen. It's not like I don't have the money. I did think that little moving around did break it. It looked like it didn't connect to the path anymore. Wait, have I broken... Oh, hey, you're right. You're actually right. But that's a different kind of breaking. Because the queue line didn't break halfway itself somewhere. Although it might still have the same origin, I'm not sure. Alright, we're getting there. Let's have all the ads run. Dragging queue lines over another queue line when it is acceptable build location triggers the bug. Okay, I do. I mean, this is all acceptable build location. And the bug hasn't been triggered. Oh, there we go. That works. That indeed works. Wait. Oh, it's also broken there. What's that green roller coaster? It's an RMC hybrid. And it's a custom coaster type that you can only get with cheats in Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Oh, sorry, Neri. I just typed whatever, I don't know, I forgot who, I think Slime did that. So it's Slime's mistake. Blame Slime, everything is Slime's fault. It reconfigures the path temporarily and queue lines are sensitive to connectivity. Yes. I mean, yeah, I will blame you, Slime. Everything is your fault. Everything that's going wrong in this park, all the queue lines, is your fault. Imagine it was actually possible. I mean, I did that comedy video with Cody, where I terrorized his park. Imagine if you guys from home were actually able to just randomly break stuff in my park without me knowing. I mean, if you had such technology, especially since I'm in a single player park, well, I suppose you would have like hacked my computer, given me a virus or whatever. That'd be a dream come true. Hacking my computer is a dream come true? Really? Making RCT a competitive game. You see, the only way that you can make RCT a competitive game, apart from beauty contests where you make pretty parks, but you know, based on hard numbers, is, you know, who can get a goal the fastest. But the problem with that is that I don't think at the moment there are enough people that are good at that to make for an interesting tournament or whatever. Speedrunning. Well, speedrunning is a whole different beast. Because, well, it depends on what you mean fastest. Because you can do fastest in real time, which is speedrunning, of course. But you can also do fastest in game time, which I mean, you know, the earliest date. And I think that the earliest date is a lot more interesting if you go about being good at the game. Otherwise, it's mostly... Why is there a path there? Otherwise, it's mostly just, you know, how fast are you able to click and place things and stuff like that, instead of actually being good at the game. Although you might need to disable the pause button, or just, you know, disallow it. Otherwise, people will pause almost the entire time. I know I did that when I did stuff like, you know, beating a scenario in a day or whatever. I've beaten Gravity Gardens on like March 3rd. Isn't that basically Roller Coaster Tycoon? Click really good. Yeah, but not click really fast. Because they very need not only, you know, fast decision making, but also really high precision. And then it becomes more of an athletic feat, instead of just a mental feat. Yeah, I could make a server. You don't build stuff, but occasionally increase the loan, add gas traps, speed up launch speeds. The thing about that is that it would need to be really well adjusted. But I mean, do it like not often enough and it's boring, but do it too often, and I think it's really quickly too often. And it just becomes annoying. And especially, you know, if you were to increase the launch speed of like this, then there's no way on earth that I'm going to prevent it from crashing. Because I can't notice that in time. A loan increase would be more interesting. Or decrease, although I suppose I would notice that pretty quickly. What else did you say? Add gas traps. I suppose that would be the most interesting of the one that you've said. Because gas traps I don't notice immediately. But eventually I'll notice them. But on the other hand, when I solve them, they'll immediately be solved and no one will have died. And hey, we have passed the goals. Goals? Just one. Goal. Nice. Yeah, it wouldn't work if I already knew it beforehand, but if I didn't, some of them are just unstoppable and it's just killing my park rating or whatever. We made quite a park. Although I must say, if I'm honest, the last like 1,500 guests was a bit of a drag. And it would not have been the case if it was on single player. Because, you know, you can just build a bunch of rides, whatever, listening to music or whatever. But I felt like I was placing a lot of the same rides. Maybe that was my fault. But that's how I experienced it. It was still fun. You know, we had a lot of interesting talks. But I felt I was placing a lot of the same ride. Then again, I've built much bigger parks on stream and I didn't have that problem. So that's probably just my fault. Thank you for the bits, Slime. But yeah, that can be a problem with large parks in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 where you need a very high guest call. I think the ride selection was fine in this, you know, 14 different coasters. But if you did have like only 5 different coasters, then that becomes a real problem. You start repeating rides, which wasn't really the case here. But I'm at least happy we beat it, and you know, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, there's still a lot of space left. I mean, you can get 5,000 in just this flat bit easily. It's like I made very inefficient use of it. Are the haunted house? Nope. It's not broken, it's just that people are getting bored and by the time they are at the haunted house they're bored and want to go back. But yeah, no, the high goal is fine. I lost my train of thought now. But it doesn't really matter because we beat the scenario. And especially the first bit, a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun building this big coaster as well. This was a fun coaster to build. And I'm especially really happy that it doesn't have 10 intensity. I'm really happy with the stats on this one. Quite proud of it because I did this all without testing in between. I did it kind of randomly and I randomly decided, well, I want a 150 meter drop. And it just works. The haunted horse. It's I do that stuff. I mean, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people do that. But you know, you switch like 2 sounds or 2 words or whatever. I have a game that I play with someone every now and then where we guess a speed skate. You know, one of us thinks of a speed skater. Then you have to ask only yes and no questions, and you know, based on that you have to guess it. Sometimes I said, shall we play not guess the skater, but skate the guesser? Stuff like that. You just... I can't be the only one that does that. Is it Rintje Ritsma? It is not. But for him you could be like Ritje Rintma. I'm sure that at least sometimes someone has accidentally said that. Kijk eens strak in mijn ogen, strak eens kak in mijn ogen. Nice. Alright, I think we are rich, by the way. We have 350,000. But I think we've reached about the end of this stream. It's a bit of a shorter one, but that's fine. Wednesday's usually a bit shorter. And let's see if I can find someone interesting to raid. Why do I need to accept cookies again on Twitch? Oh, they got logged out, but that was because of the leak, I think. I think they logged everyone out. Oh, there's wrestling with cats. Alright. Let's raid him. And I want to thank you very much for watching this stream. And I wish you a good night. Slane as well, wish you a good night. And I hope you enjoy tomorrow's video. I think it's a really, really good one. I really do. And thank you, Max, for making this scenario, of course. Another fun stream, thank you. And I'm happy to provide. Alright, give this guy all your love and whatnot. All the hype, you know, to raid. And good night.